CavalierATHLEAN-X.com. If you've got stabbing knee pain, knee tendonitis that's been bothering you for either a long period of time or a short period of time, but it is crushing your ability to do squats, today I'm going to show you what you want to start doing that's going to enable you to keep squatting. You see, I am very familiar with that stabbing pain that goes right through my kneecaps, right into the inside of my knees, and makes pretty much any type of bending feel impossible. If you do a box squat though, you're going to eliminate pretty much all of your discomfort and source of pain, and here is why. I'm going to go inside and then explain why this is. So, with the bar itself, or without using the bar, just demonstrate. The fact of the matter is, if your knees are inflamed, if you have chronic patellar tendonitis, or if you have an acute patellar tendonitis, the issue is that your body is relying too much on the tendons to handle the load of a squat that the quads and hamstrings and glutes should be handling. So it never wants to hand off the load that you're lifting from the patellar tendons themselves to those muscles, because it either A, doesn't have the confidence that you have the strength in those muscles to handle that, or it's just becoming too reliant on the fact of always trying to protect your knee joints, and that is not the function of the patellar tendon. So what you want to do is you want to try to teach it to start letting go and start delegating to the muscles that are actually supposed to start doing the work for you during the squat. So we can do that with a box. I'll show you right here. The height here is about 17 inches. You would want to use a box that's about 17 inches, maybe even a little bit lower. I'm just using a bench because this is what most of you are going to have access to, as opposed to maybe a small box, plyometric box or something like that. But ideally even a little bit lower, maybe 14 inches. So now, when you go to squat, when we come down here, if I don't have a band underneath me, as a box underneath me for security, what I do is I start bending the knees first because I don't want to let the quads take over. Again, maybe we don't have the strength in our quads, or at least our body isn't convinced of the strength of our quads and more importantly our glutes. So it's like, I'll hold you, I'll take care of it, I'll take care of it. And you're basically holding on and stretching the patellar tendons and developing a lot of tension. They can handle tremendous amounts of tension there, but they're not doing you any good because that amount of tension is overloading them and causing them to become inflamed over time. Overuse for a job they're not built for. And we come down, 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 and I don't want to let it break into the quads for the very reasons I talked about. Because if I did, the minute that it handed over the job to the quads and hamstrings and glutes, if I didn't have the ability to handle that load, I'm going down just like that. Because I've cheated it so much from here to here to here to here, and then I finally give in and let the quads take over. It can be so much that I can just go down. Now, luckily, if I'm in a squat rack, I don't have to have that fear. I've got at least something to catch the bar. So you should always squat with either a partner or a squat rack that can catch the bar with the pins. It's set at the right height. But when we box squat, that fear is now eliminated. And what you want to do, and I'll show you from the front here too, is you put the bench between your legs so you're straddling the bench. The first thing that this does is it allows us to automatically get a wider stance. The wider stance is going to instantly activate the hips a little bit more. It's going to turn your toes out just a little bit more, which is what you want. It's going to allow us, when we go down, to let our hips lead the way. Right? When our legs are in this more natural position here, I'm actually able to let the hips lead the way and drive back, and that's the key difference. You don't want to lead with the knees. We've already got in trouble by doing that. What we want to do is we want to lead with the hips by dropping them back, almost like a stiff-legged deadlift. That way, you get the bar up here. It's the same thing, okay? You're going to lead back, lead back, lead back, and then we go down. And when we're down, the bench gives us that instant security knowing that we can't get in trouble at the bottom of this rep. If I had worst case scenario, I'm stuck down here, I could always dump the bar. But it's not going to give me the sense of fear that I won't be able to hand the job from the patellar tendons to the quads and hamstrings and glutes. So it allows me to do that. And instantly, when I'm down here, now I can actually power out of this position. I don't rest here. I just touch momentarily. And then when I come out of that position, I've actually loaded up the hamstrings a lot more by doing what I said in the beginning here, the wider hip stance. So I'm able to actually use the hamstrings to blast myself out of the hole, get the glutes involved, and we've actually targeted all the muscles we wanted to. We've gotten the quads much more effectively because we've gotten down into that parallel position, which I'm not quite there here because the bench is not as low as I would like it to be. A little bit lower, and I could get these quads nice and parallel. And by the way, parallel would refer to the hip crease right here that you can put your hands in, the hip crease being level with the knee, the height of the knee. So if I'm down here, my hip crease is here, my knee's just a little bit down from where the hip crease is, so I'm not quite at parallel. But even if this is all you had, it's going to be a lot more beneficial for you, and most importantly, it's going to help you to ease the knee pain that you're feeling and actually allow you to start squatting again. By the way, this is not just something that is going to make you look like a sissy or something that Jeff Cavalier, the physical therapist, is telling you to do. This is a long-held belief of even guys, some West Side guys, that feel that this variation of the squat is the best variation of the squat and the only one you should train with. So you really can get some benefits from doing this. So I get inside here. Again, I lock my elbows down, back away. And once I'm here, again, I'm already wider than the bench, as you can see here from the front. And I've got my toes pointed out. I've got tension throughout my entire body. The core is tight. I'm going to lead with the hips, lead with the hips, lead with the hips. Now straight down, a little pause at the bottom. I can feel everything loaded up and explode out of there. Hips, down, and up. Now for someone that has knee pain, like I do chronically, I don't feel anything. So there you have it. Guys, knee pain, stabbing, killing you. You can't squat. You've bailed on squatting. You're looking for skipping leg day has really been your only option. Not anymore. Just try to put the box down there. If you're just a beginner, it's okay if you're going a little higher. For now, you're trying to learn the mechanics. And most of all, you're trying to learn that all-important skill of allowing and delegating from the tendons to the muscles that should be doing the job in the first place. Guys, if you're looking for a way to put the science back in strength, put the biomechanics to work for you so that you get more out of your workouts and not have to start avoiding everything because pain from doing things wrong has sort of broken you down, head to ATHLEAN-X.com, get our ATHLEAN-X training system. As a physical therapist, I prioritize not just getting you strong, but being able to keep you in the gym, being strong for a long period of time. That's at ATHLEAN-X.com. In the meantime, if you found this video helpful, leave your comments and thumbs up below. Let me know what you want to see, and I'll do my best to cover it here. I know there's a lot of things that are bothering us in the gym. Shoulders, ankles, knees, hips. Whatever it is, you leave it below. I'll try my best to cover it in a future video. All right, guys. See you soon.